Happy Sunday to you. Jamie here. I'm really excited to post this video today on a theme which I think is so important in every one of our lives. And I'm posting this video today on Sunday because for me in my life, I have made it a tradition to dedicate Sunday to what I call Sunday Spirituality and Self-Reflection Day, where I take time to dig into the deeper parts of myself and really connect with my creator, connect with my purpose, and see how I can be of service to others. And in my meditation today, I had this idea pop up that I want to share and talk about fear. That's right, I want to talk about that four-letter word that can paralyze us all and keep us from having the things that we really want in our life. I think fear really is something that no matter who we are, no matter where we come from, no matter how successful we are, every one of us, at least in my opinion and from my experience, has that thought of fear and will I make it? Will I be good enough? Will they like me? How will it turn out? Should I do this? What if? What if this happens? And we create these thoughts and these beliefs in our heads that most of the times, like I said, will prevent us from taking an action that we know will move us forward towards what we really want. And that's tough. And that's a daily battle that happens in our life. But the thing is, that I've found at least, is that if we are able to sit with that fear and not let that fear run us, then we can create absolutely anything that we want. Because there really, if you think about it, is no difference mentally. I'm talking about kind of mentally and emotionally. There is no difference between creating a negative, fearful scenario in our head than there is of creating a very positive and empowering faith-based scenario in our head. You know, they say the acronym for fear is false evidence appears real. And that's the idea that we create these false beliefs and these false thoughts and make them seem real in our heads. But what difference in terms of energy, mental energy, does it take to create a positive situation as opposed to a negative one? A great quote I heard the other day is that fear is imagination unleashed, whereas faith is imagination directed. And so today, on this Sunday morning, I really challenge you to do whatever it takes to find deep inside yourself a place of faith. And I don't say that from a religious context and that you have to believe a certain religion. Not at all. I do not want to push anything on you. That's the last thing I ever want to do. But what I would challenge you to do is to ask yourself, how can I believe? How can I have faith that everything's going to turn out okay? And you may not know right now. And believe me, I'm going through a heck of a lot in my life right now that I'm trying to figure a lot of things out. And I don't know what's going to happen. And that part of me scares the heck out of me. But at the same time, I'm so excited because I've always found in my life that whenever I hit that moment of not knowing, something happens. And for me, God shows up and He takes care of it and He puts the pieces in place, or He puts the people in place, or He forces me to ask myself a different question of how I can get it done. And it turns out, it always does if you have faith and if you live from that place. Last thing I kind of want to share before I give you a quote that I hope inspires you is that I was with a group of friends and we were doing what I call a mastermind session, where we sat down the other day, the first day of the month, and we all went through all the goals that we had, all the things we wanted to accomplish in the month of February. Really cool. If you haven't done it, I highly suggest getting a group of friends and sitting down and getting accountable to your goals that you want to accomplish with other people and have them hold you to those goals. But anyway, we were doing this activity, and the common theme out of all of us, we all had these goals, and when we went around and gave feedback to each other about what we should do to make those goals happen, the most common thing that was said was, just do it. Just do it. Stop with the story. Stop with the what ifs. Stop with the belief that you can't do it, and just do it. And that action of just doing it is coming from a place of faith and knowing that when you do it, it will turn out, that you will deliver, you will show up, that you can do it. You have everything inside of you that you need to make it happen. It's just a matter of doing it. And when we surrender to that faith and we know that things are going to turn out, and we ask ourselves those questions deep down inside, we get the answers. And if we act on them, I think that's where a life of really true, authentic passion and purpose comes out. And it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So that was my Sunday spiel, if I want to call it that. And I want to leave you lastly. Thank you for sticking with me on this Sunday. I hope you enjoy these videos. I really appreciate the feedback that I've gotten from a lot of you, and I promise to keep delivering them to the absolute best of my abilities. And to wrap up here, I want to just read you a quote and a little bit of a challenging set of questions from a book that, again, I meditate very frequently. And I ask myself questions, and then stuff happens, and the answers appear. And for me, after a meditation, I looked up and I looked over my bookshelf. Don't know what made me do this. And there's a book on there that I've read, a few years back, and I haven't touched it since then. But for some reason, my eyes were just drawn immediately to this one book. And that book was The Secret. And for those of you who aren't familiar with The Secret, it's all about the law of attraction and how to attract the things in your life that will really fulfill you up with a sense of happiness and fulfillment and really authenticity. And so I saw this book and I flipped open to, I swear to God, I flipped open to a random page, and it was all on, really, I think, this idea of fear, so to speak, and having abundance. So I want to share with you a quote that was in the book, and then a set of questions that I'll probably post below as well. And I challenge you to live by these principles when you come from this place of faith. So here's the quote. Everything you want, all the joy, love, abundance, prosperity, bliss, it's there, ready for you to grab a hold of it. And you've got to get hungry for it. You've got to be intentional. And when you become intentional and on fire for what you want, the universe will deliver every single thing that you've been wanting. Recognize the beautiful and wonderful things around you and bless and praise them. And on the other side, the things that aren't currently working for you, the things that you want them to work, don't spend your energy faulting or complaining. Embrace everything that you want so you can get more of it. And when I read this quote, I flipped open this page, the first thing I read, I was floored. Because I had been living from a place of fear for about a day or so and was paralyzed by it. And I meditated and I did that, and it reminded me that it's about creating the beliefs in your head and the lives that you want on the outside. So from that place, again, I dare you today on this beautiful spiritual self-reflection Sunday to take some action, do something that scares you. If you want to grow, do something that scares you, that you think will be challenging, and eat that frog, baby, as Todd Durkin, my mentor, says. Eat that frog. Do that thing that you don't want to do because you know it'll make you a better person. So I wish you all the best, as always. I know you can do it. Anything you want to make happen, it's there. It's just a matter of stepping up and doing it. So with love, again, God blessings, everyone. Hope you have an awesome Sunday. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Once again, go Ravens. Ray Lewis, you are the man. Talk about faith, a man of faith. You guys are a freaking old man in the NFL playing football. Got to have faith to do that. Got to work hard. Got to live life. God bless.